Hi guys. So I know I've been really quiet on YouTube for a little while, and that's mainly because well, okay. It's not related to anything on here that I'm about to explain. Okay. So to give a little bit of lore or backstory for what's going on here. First of all, I'm going to say that I don't really care who sees this. I just genuinely don't. Because I need to put my opinion out there at some point because I really just don't care. Okay? And also, I do have permission to share this. Not from the person who posted it, but from the people involved in these pictures because you need to get permission from said person to post pictures of them. I just thought that maybe you should be aware of that. You guys should be aware of that. So I do have the pictures blurred out because obviously it's disrespectful to be showing pictures like that, especially on YouTube. It's just like a full disrespectful take on our privacy. So I just want to let you guys know that the pictures that you guys are going to see and are seeing right now, literally this is not like, all that. So basically what happened is that my mom got married like a month or less into her relationship back in June, I think it was, at the very beginning of June that she got married. And she met this dude in May? Yeah. And I know that people are going to say that I'm lying about all this stuff, and I'm going to be so honest with y'all, I literally would not be presenting any of this stuff because of pettiness or anything like that. I just want to inform you guys because that's the best thing that I can do. Now, first of all, this picture that you guys are looking at. Right now, we actually moved into this place thinking that we were going to move to another place. That was in last June. This picture was not obviously taken in November. I know it was taken somewhere between June and July. Maybe. I don't remember how long this guy actually lived with us, but I also want to put in that this guy decided to live with us, like, during these, quote, horrible conditions that we lived in. Let me remind you that there's no pictures of me and my siblings' room in this. And probably the main reason for that is because our room, for one, they barely came in here, and two, it was neat. So, this is our room. Well, not our room. My mom's room. My younger sibling stays in there. They have an air mattress now. Some of this stuff was not us. This partially was because they moved in with us. Because they decided to move in with us before we found a bigger place. This has nothing to do with what we've done. I mean, yeah, some of that stuff in there is obviously because my mom put stuff in there, and we have a bunch of things in boxes. Like, our place isn't perfect. Okay, next picture. A very clean litter box. This man has never lived with cats, apparently, because that is a very clean litter box. Like, do you guys see anything in there? Because I don't. There's nothing. Those little spots in there are from their paws. That's a clean litter box, bro. The second one I'm going to show you guys is a dirty litter box, but I want you guys to keep in mind that we have 4 litter boxes. And the main one that they use is in the kitchen, and that one has to be cleaned the most. And also, we have 10 cats. Generally looks bad, okay? I will admit that it looks bad. But when you think about the fact that we have, first of all, there's a clean litter box right there. This is the main litter box that they use. And sadly, we have 3 cats that throw litter out of the litter box, so we have to clean it, we have to sweep over there, constantly. Because our cats they decide to just throw the litter everywhere. For some reason. And that's a cat thing. Cats do that. And also, like I said, we have 10 cats living in the house. And you didn't get the other 2 litter boxes that we have in our house. We have one in the bathroom and one in our room. And as you're going to see, there's no pictures of our room because we didn't let him come in here very often. And if he did, we would have known about it. And if we didn't know about it, well, that's just an invasion of privacy. And he shouldn't have been in here. Now the next pictures. These pictures are blurred out. I respect my mom enough not to post them or show them on my social media platforms, because whether it's an actual person that I know or not, or someone that I hated or loved, I would not post pictures like this of them. This is like a very high invasion of privacy. And whenever I read the stuff out to you guys that this dude wrote, I'm going to correct some stuff, because there's obviously a few inaccuracies there or whatnot. So the next few pictures are of my mom asleep. And my mom does this a lot. But there's a reason why she does this. It's because she literally has been one of the only people working a job since we've lived here. And she has a lot of health issues that she's not always open about. She takes a lot of medicine that can make her drowsy. And from experience of having a job now, I can tell the reason why she's always exhausted when she comes back home. Because when I come home, I don't want to really do anything. But I work a part-time job, so I do stuff whenever I'm not doing my work. Like, I'm not going to work. That's, like, I've been trying to adjust to the schedule of having a job. And it's not easy. Like, it's something that you have to get used to. Yeah, I love my job. I really do. It's just the schedule is just throwing me off a little bit. Especially because I work night shift. But from someone who's lived with mom for longer than a few months and knows the medication that she takes and knows about the physical illnesses that she has, I can tell from that perspective that she's not on drugs. This guy tried to say that my mom was taking drugs, and from experience of living with her while she was, an active addict, I can say with 100% accuracy that that's not the case here. It's just not. Like, yeah, I get it. You see what you see and you don't want to see that. But you chose to be with our mom. Like, this guy chose to be with our mom knowing that she had health conditions, and now he's trying to use it against her. Now the money thing, you can't really see that, but this is the money that he willingly sent her and did not ask for anything back. Like I said, he did not ask for anything back. He willingly sent money to her. And he also had a good paying job at the time. He quit his job to come here. And he did not have to do that. Really, he didn't. But he decided to. He decided to move in with us while we didn't have the space for him and his kids. He decided to come here without a job. And I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just like a bunch of red flags there, bro. I've never been in a relationship, and hopefully I never run into this kind of situation. But this is like insane. And also, I'm going to read what he posted because it's public knowledge. You posted it publicly, so yeah, I can share it if I want to. There's a share button for a reason on Instagram, bro. So, part 1. I have kept my mouth shut for a very long time, so it's time to tell the truth about my soon-to-be ex-wife. Which, also, put into context, this guy is cheating on my mom. We already know. And if he's not, it's still adultery. Because they're legally married. So whether it's true or not, it's just, if you're faking it or not, it's still, there's no proof saying that you didn't do it. If it's online. Like, once it's online, it's online. Okay. So, the first 3 pics. Whatever. The first 3 pics are proof of the living conditions she had me, my 2 daughters, and her children living in. There was 10 cats. Yes, there is 10 cats. There is room in here for 10 cats. 5 adults and 4 children. Okay, I want to know who the 4th child is, by the way. Who's the 4th child? Because when we were originally living on our own, there was my mom, my sibling, and my sibling's partner who were adults. That's 4 people. Okay? Then there's him, which makes 5. Who is the other child? Because there was only 8 of us here. Where's the 9th person? Because then there's his 2 kids and then my youngest sibling. That's only 3. Who's the 4th kid? Like, I don't understand. There's only 8 of us that were living here. So who is the 9th person that was magically living here? I don't understand. With no furniture, no beds to sleep on. We all had to sleep on the hardwood floor that straight up smelled like cat pee. The litter boxes was only changed twice a week. Tuesdays and Saturdays to be exact. Now changing it, I don't know what he means by that. Because when you change, like, if he's talking about, like, doing the entire litter boxes, then that's pretty good. Because, actually, to be realistic with you, we only change our litter boxes, like, every other week. And we keep up with them. Now, if he's talking about scooping them out, that's false information. I used to do the litter boxes every day. I did the dishes every other day. I used to do the trash. My sibling used to do the trash. What did they do? Nothing. They did nothing to clean this house up. They just trashed the place and everything like that, which you saw in the pictures. They trashed my mom's room. And they trashed everywhere else pretty much. Our room was the only place they didn't trash because we didn't let them come in here. The floors don't smell like cat pee. There's never been cat pee on our floors, so I don't know where that's coming from. And my 2 daughters had to ask permission to go into the fridge to get food or something to drink. You want to know why? Because you guys would eat stuff and take drinks that were not for you, that had names on them that were not for you, that my mom specifically told your daughters not to eat, and they still did it. And you did it too. Like the stuff that I would make for dinner when mom wasn't here in the plastic containers that had her name on it, somebody was eating it. And that wasn't happening until you guys moved in. Until they moved in, all this weird, crazy stuff wasn't happening. And not to mention, another thing is that they would eat stuff and not tell us that we were out of it. Or they would drink all the Kool-Aid and not tell us that we were out of it until one of us, went in there and went to go, figure it out. And also, one of his daughters spilled Kool-Aid all over the inside of the refrigerator and did not clean it up. And we had to figure out when it was sticky that somebody had spilled something in there. And we know it was one of his daughters because she admitted to it. So, yeah. The 4th, 5th, and 6th pictures are... How does this guy not know how to type? I don't even know how to say that. The 4th, 5th, and 6th pictures are of her passed out either in her food or behind the wheel of her car in the parking lot. She claims because she worked 9 hours at a restaurant that barely does $3,000 a day in sales. 17 hours per day the restaurant was opened. That's Wendy's, by the way. So if you do the math, that's only like $176.47 an hour in sales. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys right now, the sales do not matter. From experience, I have worked in retail, okay? I work retail. I work in Dollar General. When you're standing on your feet all day for more than 5 hours, it is exhausting. I only work like 7-8 hours a day when I go to Dollar General. And with my mom's health problems, I cannot imagine how exhausted she is when she comes home. Just from my experience of knowing it. The amount of money that you make per hour does not dictate how exhausted that you are when you work a job. I can't work in a restaurant because literally it's too fast paced for me. I'm already struggling in retail. So I cannot imagine what it's like to work in a fast food restaurant where you're constantly doing orders all the time. And I literally went to my mom's work a few times and it's not always dead over there. They're one of the only fast food restaurants around there, I'm pretty sure, because I know there's a Waffle House and there's, I think, another restaurant out there somewhere. I don't know, but there's also big restaurants. But most people, they choose fast food, okay? And Wendy's is very popular. So you kind of get what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. And my mom doesn't mean to pass out. She has a condition that makes her to where, she passes out. I don't remember what it's called. But she has dizzy spells and stuff all the time because of it. And she also is anemic and has iron deficiency, which guess what? Causes people to black out. So do your research before you decide that someone's pay grade and the hours they work dictate if they should be passing out after work or not. Okay. Depends on the day, they may do more installs, but not by much. Which is a lie, because like I said, I've been to work with her before, and they're usually busy during their days and their nights. Then she would claim because of her health issues, which is realistic because you don't know all of the health issues that she had. Okay, so we all have health issues. Not the same, not the same. You cannot say that because you have health issues that you understand the pain of what somebody else has, because all health issues are different. People experience them differently. I have 2 fractured vertebrae in my neck, PTH, post-traumatic hydrocephalus, I don't know how to say that, a brain injury from a car accident, and other health issues, and used to work 80 to 90 hours a week, which can be verified by many people who see this post, but not once has anybody seen me passed out like this. I'm not even going to read it the way that he typed it because it's wrong. Unless I was drinking, smoking weed, or taking medicines that would make me pass out like that. Alright, my mom doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke weed, but she does take medications, and a bunch of them, that do cause her to be tired. She has a bunch of health complications. And she's still working. She is way more than you, dude. I'm sorry to say, but you don't understand the extent of the health issues that she has if you're saying this stuff. Now let's move on. The last picture is a screenshot of how much money I've sent her via Cash App to help her, get this, her bills. Alright, not once did she ever give me money to help with my bills for gas, to buy a vape, or get food, etc. She only spent maybe $10 at the most, and there was a few pieces of clothing and a pillow at a yard sale. First of all, like I mentioned, you can't really see the pay amount, but it's around $2,000 from what I was looking at. First of all, this guy had plenty of money to buy everything on that list. He knew that my mom was struggling. And I'm not saying that my mom was right for asking for money or anything. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it either. But, you decided that you wanted to live here when you were living here. So I think that maybe you should be paying for bills, gas, a vape, and for food when you have to use her vehicle sometimes, or, if you need food or whatever. She has food stamps. Whenever you guys were living here, she was paying for your food. You weren't. You weren't paying for anything. Legitimately, not the food or whatnot. Yeah, you did pay for the bills, the gas, and then the vapes. But, no wait, the bills, the gas, and the vape. Yeah, I did say that. But the food, you guys were good on food here. And we also, again, with the food, let me mention that there was 8 people living in this house, not 9. The reason why we had people on a strict schedule is because we were trying to keep the food stocked. But it's hard to do that with 8 people living in the house when we're receiving money for only 5 of us. Okay, now, she accused me of having multiple fake accounts to stalk her, which I only have this IG account, my Facebook account, and a TikTok account. I did have a backup TikTok account for my Toyota truck, but no longer have access to this account. Nor do I have the truck anymore because of her as well. The money I spent on my dream truck didn't go to her. I ended up selling my dream truck because of her. Which is false! It's false, bro. Your brother or whoever it was crashed your vehicle and then you had to sell it. That's what happened. She did not make you sell your truck. You can't even drive in it. Like, literally, you can't drive in it because of your health issues. This guy literally cannot drive in said truck because it was totaled and because of the health issues that he has. His doctor literally told him not to do it. Like, not to drive in it. So no, that's inaccurate. And also, the whole money thing, I want to also tell you guys that this guy has been in like 3 or 4 accidents since they had been together and sued every person that he got in an accident with and got a lot of money. So I don't know what the money issues is with him. He just causes issues and then sues whoever it is. He's trying to sue my mom too, pretty much. So yeah. And if I hurt his feelings and he tries to sue me for this, then whatever, man. I really don't care. Also, I cannot say the thing with the multiple fake accounts. I haven't seen them, but I know that there's proof from other people that they know that that there's a lot of the accounts that are connected to him. I can't say from experience that I know, but I do know from what other people have said and their verification that this did happen, that he has been stalking my mom. Now, on to the last part. Apparently this is part 2, because he decided not to make another post, because he probably didn't have any pictures. Part 2. She accused me of stalking and harassing her via calls and text messages, but she refuses to show any records or receipts. But I have many records from the police department showing since October 11th, she's called 375 times from 3 different phones, all coming from the same address. This includes threats to unalive my girls and myself. Over 500 messages to expose me. All coming from a fake calling app called TextNow. She has went in TikTok Live and showed my nude pictures. I don't think that that's actually something that happened with my mom. I don't believe that that's something that she would do, but I cannot verify if that happened or not, because I don't have TikTok. The same live, a police officer called her and she accused me of calling from a blocked number until she played the voicemail and ended her live. Yeah, you want to know why? Because you threatened to, hurt someone that she was friends with. You threatened to do all this stuff for attention. And yes, I do firmly believe that at least 95% of the stalking was you. Just saying. You're like so in denial about all the stuff that you've done that you're making up a bunch of stuff that just does not make any sense. And I wasn't going to get involved in any of this because I don't want to get involved in it. I really don't. But it just really upsets me that you're just posting all this stuff, and especially posting my mom, in a vulnerable state when she did not ask you to, post her like that. And, we have records of you calling, because if not, the police wouldn't be, involved in a case. They wouldn't be creating a case or advising, if she was doing it, if she was the one that was stalking, she would be the one that was in trouble. And also, let's not forget that you didn't mention the whole DCS thing. That DCS has been called out here twice, and they've come into our house and confirmed that our house was perfectly fine. I'm just saying that right now. Yeah, that's right. We've been involved in DCS before, and we're not anything new to it. And if there was something wrong with our house, we would be in trouble. Just saying. Just saying. And the lady, she didn't even come the second time to come into our house. She just wanted to talk to my mom, and then they cut the case. And then you called again to try and get her in trouble again. And let's not forget that they actually went to my aunt's house too. They went to my aunt's house because who else knows where my youngest sibling stays for school? Who knows? There's so much stuff that's being said by this stalker and all that only this guy knows. Like, this is information that only this person knows. So, yeah. That's part of my, my argument here. Anyways, just avoid this guy. He's bad news overall, and he sucks. And I wish my mom didn't marry him or meet him ever. So, that's all for me. I don't even actually know if I'm going to post this or not. I probably will. So, I just want to finish this off with, don't marry somebody that you just met. Please don't do that. Because then this might happen. I think 85% of the time this is going to happen. Maybe more than that. You never know. You meet people, and then you start living with them, and you don't like them. Or maybe they decide to do all this for attention. And I hope that said person knows that eventually your kids are going to know what kind of person you are when you grow up. Well, not when you grow up, when they grow up. So I hope that you're prepared for that, for whenever they, grow up or whatever, that they realize what kind of person you are. Because also, to add on to that, their daughter harassed both of my sibling and their partner. Yeah, you forgot to include that too, by the way. And we do have receipts for that. So, it's fine. It's fine. But anyways, leaving off on that note, that's really all that I can say. If you guys have any questions, I'll try to, give as much information as I can. There's some stuff that I can't really talk about since there's everything's still I don't really know everything. I don't know everything about what's going on. But it's just getting worse, and it's really stressful, especially for my mom and my family, because I'm not even gonna lie that, this reminds me of, it kind of reminds us of my mom's ex, and it's so not good. But anyways, I hope that you guys, learned something from this, because I know I did. And for now, that'll be all for me. Bye-bye.